Welcome to the Doggone Country Podcast, everybody. Got me, Justin Bryan, Mr. Tyler Barron.
Mm-hmm.
And today we have the man, the myth, the damn legend, Mr. Steven Nolan, all the way from Lebanon, Tennessee.
Well, thank you for having me, buddy. I appreciate it.
He's been here through all these. You guys have never seen him.
He's usually behind the camera.
True story. This is my guitar player, our producer of this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
He's the Lebanon, Tennessee hot dog world eating champion.
Ooh.
Little known fact.
He ate 67 hot dogs in 2 minutes.
Ain't nobody can eat wieners like this guy right here.
Oh, boy.
What?
Oh, boy.
I just seen him eat like 8 steak sandwiches a minute ago.
Those were legitimately some of the best sliders I've ever had in my entire life.
They were great.
Seriously, if you could see the lunch, the cooking that we do, and I've been trying to convince you guys of that, have I not?
Oh yeah, doggone country barbecue coming soon.
That's right. That's exactly right.
So I made we took what are they called, Hawaiian rolls? Or
Yeah,
King's Hawaii.
the Hawaiian rolls.
So I cut them down the middle,
Mm-hmm.
and I threw some fillets, bacon wrap fillets on the smoker.
And they were $5 fillets.
Yeah, $5 fillets. From Kroger.
Delicious.
Seasoned them things up and threw them on the smoker. Cooked them to medium rare, and then I sautéed some onions. And I made a butter they call cowboy butter. You put some seasoning in the butter and some pepper and cayenne pepper, and then you slice up the steaks, the fillets, put them on the buns, put some cheese on top of them, some onions, put the buns all together, and then bake it until it's all.
And then dip it in the butter.
And then you dip it in the butter when you get done. That cowboy butter.
That was amazing.
Yeah,
Amazing.
I'm hurting.
I feel great.
And then me and Justin put on matching shirts.
Yep.
And we went outside.
We did some B-roll. It's 4th of July week coming up.
Wait till you see that.
Steven shot some promo stuff for us.
Mm-hmm.
I still have smoke grenade on my hand. That was a lot of fun.
Red, white, and blue, baby.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, Steven, you've been with me full time now for, a year and a half?
Year and a half, almost 2 years. I think right at the tail end of 2021, 2022, somewhere around in there.
But it's 2024.
That's true. So it'd be about 2022, I believe.
Oh, my God.
It's been that long.
That's crazy.
Dang.
Yeah,
I didn't realize you'd been with Justin that long.
It has flown by, no kidding. Like, seriously.
Time flies when you're having fun.
When you're having fun, that's exactly right.
Yeah, you've been with me. Jake's been with me for almost 6 years.
But you and I had played together, though, when you were kind of first starting.
Yeah, when I first moved to Nashville.
Yeah, we played together, and that had to have been 5-6 years ago, every bit of it.
I don't think you remembered me. I remembered you.
I did remember working with you, but we had not seen each other in years. It had been years since you and I had seen each other.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, seriously.
That's wild.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we played. I got booked in a band one time at the Purple Place.
Yeah.
The Purple People Eater.
That's back when I was playing there, too. Yeah, the Purple People Eater, exactly right.
I was there too, buddy.
That's right, Bubba.
Purple Musician Eater.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, that was a long time ago, man. So, Steven, he's done. You've worked with Tanya Tucker.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
How long did you play with her?
I was with Tanya probably about 7 months, something
Yeah.
like that. So
How was that?
it was great. Seriously, we played a whole bunch of shows, a lot of theaters, festivals, things like that. I got to play the Ryman with her.
Ooh.
I played.
That's cool.
I have yet to play the Grand Ole Opry, but the night that I played the Ryman with her, it was an Opry Country Classics. So I kind of look at it as I kind of killed 2 birds with 1 stone that night because we did 5 songs.
I would rather play the Ryman, I think.
It was fun. That day, I remember that day. That was one of the most fun days I've ever had. The I went down and did a 2 to 6 at the Purple Place, and we always wound up finishing up at like 5:30. Like those gigs stopped at 5:30. So I packed up my stuff as soon as 5:30 hit, and I walked right back there to the Ryman and played with her. So I went from 2 to 6 downtown, right back there. I felt like one of the old guys. It was fun.
That's
awesome.
That's pretty cool, dude.
It was that was a milestone for me.
That's awesome.
So then you got to play with you played with Cody Johnson too.
I did. I subbed
That's
him.
got to be awesome.
Cody, I cannot say enough good things about those guys. Those guys very much so are kind of like our band, our camp, and except they've just been at it a whole lot longer than we have.
Yeah.
Because I subbed in the guitar player, he and his wife, they were having twin boys, so he was there with his wife when the boys were born. And I went out and did 3 shows with them. And in that week's worth of time, they treated me like family. The band leader, this was in 2020, and the band leader had been with him every bit of 10 or 11 years already. Like when Cody was playing clubs, I mean, from day one beginning,
That's awesome.
And then the newest member literally was the steel player, and he had been there for 2 years. Like he was the one that had been there the shortest amount of time, and they had all been together, and it was legitimately. I always put it to people like this: it wasn't your hashtag social media road family. It was the real deal. Their wives all hang out. They've got I think they have kind of an organization that they run that's kind of like a nonprofit type thing that their wives do, and they all kind of work on.
That's really cool.
Just there's so much that they do together, and they're so close. Like like I said, I cannot say enough good things about that, because that's pretty rare to find.
Yeah.
And they're a lot like us. They've just been at it a lot longer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was Cody really like personable with his band
Oh
and stuff?
gosh, yes.
He seems like he would be.
He is one of the guys, and he is unbelievably talented.
Yeah,
I watched him. We were at sound check. I think we did 2 days worth of rehearsals before we went out on that run. I watched Cody while we were on a break. He stood up there with like a gut string guitar, like nylon string guitar, played crazy, like the Willie Nelson,
During the
Great.
show?
No, not during the show. This was at
Sound check.
We were, the sound check, the rehearsal hall.
Yeah.
And this was just during rehearsals. He stood up there, played it, and I mean, wasn't playing basic cowboy chord type things.
He's a good guitar player.
He's a great guitar player.
Yeah.
He was playing all the changes and sang it, I mean, just perfect. He is unbelievably talented.
Yeah. He's got a video, man, of him doing you seen the video of Kojo doing Whoever's in New England?
Yeah. It's
Really?
it's insane.
Mm.
Have you seen that?
I have not seen that one yet.
Dude.
That's on.
I've got to look that up.
His version of that's on Spotify.
Knowing the stuff that I know, I bet it's incredible.
He's so good.
It's I think he plays that on a gut string. I'm
I
pretty
think
sure.
so. I think so. I can't remember how to listen to
Dude, it's ridiculous.
I will tell you this. I can tell you this. The wild thing about all of that is, and I know there's been a few guys that have kind of changed over a little bit since I was there. Not necessarily the band guys. They added a keyboard player recently, but I do know the guitar tech. He got off the road to stay with his wife and their new little girl.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, all of them are based out of Texas. They make trips up here to Nashville all the time, because if Cody's playing the Opry, or they're doing a taping, or they're going and recording, or doing something like that, they're back and forth from Texas and here all the time.
Okay.
But in Texas, they're spread out all over the place. So the guitar tech, if
And if
I'm,
you're spread out over Texas, that's
that's
you're
right.
talking about hours.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
The guitar tech, the guy that was there when I was there, if I'm not mistaken, I believe he had every bit of I want to say 8-hour drive after he got off the bus to go back home. I think him and one of the other guys used to carpool. They would all drive and meet up together. I just always thought that was really cool. Like I said, the closeness thing and just let's put it this way. That's one of those gigs. That's a career gig if you are on it. And those guys, they are on the ride of a lifetime right now.
I would imagine.
Yeah, they're killing it. I mean, he's
Dude, Kojo's one of the biggest things out there right now.
That's right.
And
as country as it gets.
he's the real deal too.
He is the real deal.
Yeah, but the thing about it, Kojo though, is he's not like Morgan Wallen stature as far as like mainstream country radio. He's big.
Yep.
But you go down to Texas.
Yep.
Yeah.
That guy is.
That's right.
I mean, he's the modern day George Strait of Texas.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
Like,
exactly right.
Literally. And I mean, you've heard a lot of shit about him too. You know, as far as those Texas people, the really, really, really hardcore Texas people.
Oh yeah,
like
that old thing.
He's sold out.
sold out. He's in Nashville.
Yeah,
blah,
that
blah,
old
blah.
thing.
It's like
I heard that crap so much.
it's like, man. I mean, Texas people also think that, you know, like the Texas country now isn't really even country either. It's just a whole different style of.
At some point, good music is just good music.
Yeah, that's where I'm at with
Yeah,
it.
like we saw.
I like all kind of stuff.
It's like Co Wetzel. That dude's not a country artist.
That's right.
He's not.
But he's got some good tunes.
Dude, I seen him live. I'd honestly never listened to him before I went to this concert. And my little cousins were going. They were like, "You want to go to Co Wetzel?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll go." So I got a ticket and went. Dude, his show was freaking awesome. Like, I mean, he's got really good songs too, and he can sing his butt off live.
Really?
Yeah, he's really good. His live show is a ton of fun. It's really good.
That's the thing.
That's what made me like Co Wetzel, was going to that show.
That's the thing about Cody's band. The Rockin' CJB, their live show is
that what his band's
fantastic.
called?
Yeah, the Rockin' CJB. And when I was preparing to go out for it, they sent me the board tapes, was what they sent me. So during that whole time, I put that whole board tape into one of my recording programs, and I chopped it up song by song and put markers in where I could just kind of go from, section to section, because it was originally just one long file. And so I did that, and I A-B'd that and the studio versions. And if there was something, I learned all of Jake Mears, the guitar player. He's the guy I have yet to meet, but he, from everything I hear, everybody that knows him, he's a killer dude. I mean, unbelievable guitar player. And I learned his parts, and then I went over to the studio versions and kind of A-B'd those parts and kind of created some hybrids here and there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But their live show, like, there were certain things. Yeah, there's certain things they do that aren't on any records whatsoever. So I had to go through that board tape and learn those parts.
That's awesome.
And it was fun. I mean, fun.
I bet.
They're good.
That's really good. So how did you get the call to sub for that gig?
Jason Jordan, because Jason got the call to go do it. He had worked with, from what I understand from him, I had always thought it was he worked with Trent Willman a while back, because Trent Willman's the producer. He knew the engineer that engineered all of the records and everything. He might have worked with Trent some too. Yeah. But that's originally how I got the call. He turned it down for some reason, but he passed it on to me. And I went, yep, I would love to go do
That's
that.
awesome.
That sounds great. You know,
So Jason,
thank you.
Jason is another one of our really good friends, and so he plays guitar for Jessie and Tyler here.
Yep.
Steven plays with them a little bit too when I'm not booked. If I'm not playing, Steven will go play with them if Jason can't. But Jason's played with.
He's played with a lot of people. The record that we're doing on you, the One Hit Wonders record, he played with some of those artists.
Which
I might have to cut that part out.
no, I mean we could tell him.
Okay, all right.
We'll probably
if you say so. I didn't know if that
I mean,
was.
you'll probably be working on it by the time this comes out.
No,
That's fair.
we're already working on it.
Are you?
We're already working on it now. I've got the charts already, and I'm in pre-production process for it.
Nice.
So
So there you guys have it.
Nice.
We're gonna be. Have I said that on the podcast yet?
No. I think you talked about wanting to.
Yeah. So I did on the Craig Campbell.
Yeah, when we talked to
So
Craig.
I told him I wanted to do it. And
Yep.
So one of the songs I've already pretty much told everybody is Michael Peterson, Drink, Swear, Steal, and Lie.
That's right.
Jason played with Michael
He
Peterson.
played with Michael Peters.
Really?
He sure did. He sure did.
I'd love to get Michael to come sing it with me. That'd be really cool. But yeah, so we're gonna do
Well,
6 or 7 songs, we think.
yeah, but should you tell them about the single that's coming before the record?
Yeah, so
One of the greatest country songs, like underrated country songs. And he was the one that showed it to me during a gig. During a gig. It was awesome.
yeah, I just kicked it off.
It was awesome.
Hang on, boys.
I have listened to that on repeat like you would not believe. Not just because we're recutting it, but because that song is amazing.
Yeah, we're
What song is it?
The Dollar, Jamie Johnson.
Oh, God, I hadn't heard that in forever.
That's one of the best
That
songs,
was
man.
that was Jamie's
Song
first.
about the little boy buying.
That's right.
Buying
Buying
his
his dad's time.
That song is awesome.
It is.
So that was, I believe. Don't quote me on this, but I believe it was
2006.
Jamie's first single to radio, to country radio. But it lit. I don't even think it hit top 40.
Which was a shame.
Completely flopped.
That's crazy.
Nobody would play it, and that's why. I mean, people would have loved it, but nobody would play it. So
But in the era of TikTok,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
You can just post it everywhere.
yep.
it's a really, really, really great song. So I think that's going to be kind of a bonus track. Because I mean, technically, so Steven mentioned we're doing a album called One Hit Wonders, and it's going to be a bunch of one hit wonders. So technically, we're going to put that on there as a bonus track because technically Jamie really is a one hit wonder, kind of. I mean,
But the thing is,
But you
that
would
song, it fits with your branding.
yeah.
So
Well, you would do
what
you would-
we're all about.
if you were going to do Jamie on this album. Technically, it should be in color,
Yes, technically.
but
This one was too good.
every once in a while you gotta
That's
step
right.
over the line a little bit, you know.
That's right.
That's God. I hadn't thought about that song in forever.
Yeah.
And not to mention,
I always like, what's the one? About the silver dollar that he made into a ring.
oh,
You know what I'm talking about? Fine silver eagle that used to be a
Yep.
used to be a ring.
I think it's on that same record. I think I saw what you're talking
I
about.
love that song.
I think it's on that same record.
Yep. I think it is too.
That's
This
a
is his
good-
first record ever.
That's a great album.
Yeah.
That's
But
got some
the thing
good ones on
is that even with us recutting that, I mean, you've had so many artists do these covers of old songs and release them as singles onto country radio.
Yeah.
But the thing is, this song wasn't a hit. But the thing is, releasing something like this, that song is a song that from an artistic, musical, cultural perspective, that needs to still be out there. That one's one that really still needs to be sung.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And kind of carrying that one on.
You did that on. I don't think I've ever heard anybody do that on Broadway.
Oh,
I've
you
never
won't-
heard anybody else play that song except for me.
Not since we've
I
been.
bet you none of them know it.
Yeah.
That's a good one, man.
Yep.
I know what I'm listening to on the way home. Hey guys, thank y'all for tuning into the Doggone Country podcast today. We really appreciate your support and listening. If you'd like to help the channel grow and help us out, be sure and go check out the link in the description. You can go to our official store. You can get some Doggone Country merch. We've got stickers. We've got ladies' tank tops, t-shirts, hats, coffee mugs. There's all kind of stuff over there. If you follow us on any of our social medias, the link will be in the bio. So y'all go over and check out the merch store today. So Steven, what's it like having a microphone, buddy?
It's actually, I really thought I would be a whole lot more nervous than I am right now.
You never. Steven never has mic. If you come to the gig, he sings, but you have to make him sing.
Yeah.
You have to get him to
Kind of call
sing.
him out on it.
You have to get him to sing on your mic because he won't set up a mic.
Yeah.
I've watched. We've filmed enough of these episodes now that I guess I've just kind of got comfortable, like without even knowing it.
Yeah.
So, but it is you guys. I mean, we hang out all the time, so this is kind of easy.
Yeah, it's fun, man. I didn't think recording these podcasts would be as fun as it has been.
I didn't either, but it is a lot of fun.
But some of them, I mean, we drink on them and hang out, bullshit.
The other thing too,
Let's cook good food.
It's a good time.
And the thing that we haven't even released is like, and we ought to do some outtakes now that I think about it. Some of the first 2 test run episodes that we filmed out in the camper.
Oh God! so that was like the whole original plan. Like when me and Justin we came up with this idea.
That's right.
We were drunk in his camper.
Yeah.
In Georgia, when we were going to get my Boykin Spaniel. So we wanted to do it in the camper. So like when Steven first Steven is the one that has all the podcasting gear. So he brought the gear over, and he's like, boys, this is gonna be kind of tight. And I was like, we can make it work. And we're like, I mean, we did, but it was cramped. Like me and you were sitting at the kitchen table on the camper, and what you can't see is like the bed that's in the camper. Steven's like laid on it with the laptop.
Jake's in there too,
like controlling everything, and Jake's like in his little bitty chair by the bathroom of the camper, like huddled in the corner.
So I signed kind of an endorsement deal with Jayco Campers, and they hooked me up pretty good, and I just got a brand new camper probably 2 years ago now. And we love it, man. I didn't get a big one. I didn't really want a big one. I wanted something that I could take off road if we go on hunting trips and stuff. And they did, man. They built it just for that. It's got brush guards and lifted way up, and it's on off-road tires, and you can pull that thing through a damn war zone, you know. So, and it's perfect for that. You can go completely off grid. It's all solar, which is awesome. So that was kind of the original plan, was we were trying to work with Jayco and work with a couple different RV company or dealers and filming, you know, and some bigger RVs or whatever, bigger campers when we had more people, but and then
we ended up just building a studio in your shop.
It's a lot easier. And then I built that little studio / hangout spot in the shop.
But I will say though, think about that. Everything that you're describing happened in January, and we're only in June. In a span of 6 months.
Yeah.
This is the amount of work that we've done in 6 months, and we're releasing it now.
It's kind of crazy to think about. Because me and you had this idea. How old's Peach? 2? Probably?
Yeah.
Yeah, so me and you had this idea like 2 years ago. And then Steven randomly come across like a super good deal on some podcast equipment. I was over there. Me and you were working on one of my songs.
We're working on your
recording
tune.
with you,
That's right.
that I have to come back over and finish at some point.
We're almost done with it.
And you were like talking about, you're like, I have this podcast and stuff, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, me and Justin wanted to start a podcast. You're like, we should really get together and do this. And I was like, Justin, this would be really fun.
That's exact. That's the thing, is like, not only like do we all work together. Oh, bless you, buddy.
Sorry, buddy.
Not only do we all work together, like we've all kind of been together for like the past, couple of years now.
Yeah.
But I mean, now we're all starting our own business. I mean, Justin and Jessie have just had Wheeler. Wheeler's 9 months now.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's crazy to think about.
yeah. I mean, there's been so much that's happened in such a short amount of time.
My life has been hectic. All of our lives have been hectic.
Yeah.
I mean, we were hanging out like we were always all together, kind of. Because I mean, even before
That's right.
Jessie hired me on full time, I was playing.
That's right.
I was playing with Jessie. I was playing with you, so I was always with you guys a good bit.
Yeah.
Yep.
When I went with you, I was with Jessie. You were filling in, doing stuff for Jessie.
Every one of us.
So I mean, we were, and if not, usually I was playing around the same time as you guys were. So I'd see you,
Yep.
after the gigs, and we'd all hang out and have a drink and talk and whatever.
If there's one thing that I do believe this whole podcast, this whole business is about, we have taken the resources that we have and we have made something great out of it. We have made the sum total
We've also learned a lot too.
we learned so much.
You guys can probably tell from watching episode 1 to now. I mean, it's still not perfect by any means, but I mean, I had to learn a whole new computer program to try to learn how to edit reels and do. I'm trying to navigate social media, which I have no idea what I'm doing.
Jessie designed that logo.
Yeah,
and everything.
Jessie.
She went through at least 10 iterations of it.
She did. She was doing all that when we were coming back from Ohio.
That's right.
She did that.
Took
In the back of the
forever.
truck.
Yep.
In the truck when y'all were driving back from gig.
Yeah.
No, we were going up. We went up a rabbit hunt.
Yeah, we went up, took the Beagles,
Rabbit
and went rabbit hunting.
Yeah, we went on a rabbit hunting spree up there, and
Yep.
we did a shitload of hunting.
Yeah.
The
We didn't do
only
a
thing
lot of
did-
shooting.
We didn't do a lot of shooting. It was sad, man. I mean,
was.
I know you've never rabbit hunted.
Hell, we
before,
drove
but-
8 hours, wasn't it?
And we drove 8 hours, and this place that we turned the dogs loose at,
It looks.
it was huge.
Mm-hmm.
It was huge, and it should have been loaded with rabbits, and we killed one in 3 days.
Killed one in 3 days.
Yeah, I killed the only rabbit we killed that whole week.
Come to find out, I think it had a lot of coyotes and
Yeah.
stuff up there.
There was no rabbits.
There was no.
There was none.
Trust me, if there would have been, we would have seen them because we walked every inch of that place.
I bet. Well, the first. Man,
I mean, the dogs hunted their butts off.
I forget what my caller said. I got a GPS collar that lets us know where the dogs are and how far they've ran, and it keeps it tracks them, so you can look at the map and see exactly what lines the dogs have ran all day. And by the end of it, I think day one, those dogs ran like 18 miles.
God.
It was nuts.
They had to have been wore out.
We walked like 6 or 7.
That was the only time they hit, and that was the only rabbit we killed.
Yeah,
Good.
the only
grief,
rabbit,
man.
the only rabbit they ran while I killed it.
That was the only, yeah.
Golly.
They ran the piss out of that thing too. They ran it over on out of all that land we had. Of course, they run it across the road on. Didn't that one go on a neighbor's property?
Yeah,
and then it looped back around onto the property that
Yeah.
we had permission to be on.
Man.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
Boy.
But so, Steven, you we mentioned earlier you've played for other people. You got to give us a story about being on the road with Tanya or Cody. One of them.
Tanya or Cody?
What's a good story?
Is Steven how you found out that Tanya had a bidet on her bus?
That is not true.
I think I made that up.
You made that up?
Yes, there are so many made up stories that he's made up on stage.
I thought that was true.
No, but I guarantee you at some
that was
point
true.
that's going to come around to bite me in the butt.
I never heard you tell the joke. I just, when we were doing the podcast, we said something about, my guitar player, he plays for Tanya Tucker, or he had played for Tanya Tucker. She's got a bidet on her tour bus. And then me and you got talking about bidets and dude wipes. So I thought you were being serious.
No.
Oh, I remember editing that part. That was a difficult part to transition.
That was our
When
first.
that was our first episode, and I sat there and went,
We didn't
"Oh
even-
gosh, I'm gonna get killed. Somebody's gonna kill me for this."
If you've never been to one of my shows,
We had about 3 or 4 twisted.
Oh,
there has been some shit that I have said that I even surprised myself.
that involved me. That involved me.
That's the
I had nothing to do with it.
That's the best part of having Steven in the band. Is he don't have a mic, so if you talk about him, he can't talk. He can't do anything.
I cannot defend myself at all.
After almost every gig, Steven goes, "I'm stuck playing with you for the rest of my life because ain't nobody else gonna hire me."
That's right.
they're gonna think so much bad shit about me because of the stuff that you say.
Oh Lord.
I think it's
I am unhireable now.
it's funny because me and you always like joke and say stuff like that, but like sometimes you'll have those crowds and they're looking like,
yeah.
and I'm
they,
like,
they believe anything.
and I literally have to go, guys, I'm kidding, like because
Yes.
I'm from Alabama, so I always do the thing, you know, I'm always say something about, you know, especially like if Addie's at the show, I'll be like, that's the first girl that I've ever dated that I wasn't related to. I hadn't talked to my parents in 6 months.
And they all
They're
just look
they're
at you.
furious at me, and they'll be like looking at you, and I'm like, guys, that's a joke. I'm kidding.
Yeah, that's a joke. Ha ha.
It's like, not really.
So I say almost every gig, I always tell everybody that Steven played for Cody Johnson, and you know the crowd goes crazy. They clap for him and everything else. And then sometimes they don't say shit. They just sit there like, and I'm like, yeah, y'all can clap for that. Come on now, guys. And then they'll clap for you. And I say, but he got fired. That's why he's with me. And then they start laughing. And I say, y'all want to know why he got fired? Number one rule in Nashville, you can't poop on the tour bus. And he got caught. He pooped on the bus, got fired.
Good grief.
Steven hates it.
And they all stare at me. I mean, I just get stared at for like 30 seconds awkwardly every night.
The first time you said that, dude, I was dying laughing. I was playing with you. I think it's the first time I heard it. It was so funny.
The one time I said, it wasn't even in the toilet. It was on the couch. They shit on the couch.
What I think happened when you said that, what I think happened when you said that, though, one of us went over there and said that on the talkback mic, and then you repeated it on the front of house mic. Like, oh crap! I thought what was said on the talkback mic was kept between all of us. Nope. Nope.
I learned that the hard way. Like I remember playing with you in your band one time, and I'm always like joking and stuff, and I'm like, you know, this is funny, but I'm not gonna say this in front of the house. And I turn around and say something in the talk back, and next thing I know, he's grinning ear to ear and turns around and goes and just says it in the front of the house, and I'm like, shit, Justin. I was
Yep.
like, can you say that? And he goes, I don't know.
I don't know. Just did.
It was funny.
Can't change it now.
Yeah, can't take it back now.
That was funny.
It is in the past. It's not a present. Oh, dude. I did it last night. I literally did it last night.
Oh, don't tell that one on here. Oh, don't tell that one on here.
I'm not, but I did. I did it last night. I turned around and said something in the talk back. And then I turned right around and I said it straight over the microphone. And I was like,
You told Rylan. I don't think we can say that over the microphone. 5 seconds later, Justin says it. And then the girl that was running sound, she mentioned it to him after the show. She said, I was dying laughing. She said,
that was hilarious.
She said, I don't know that you can say that over the microphone, but you did it.
God dang it, boy.
I've said some funny shit. I told everybody it was hotter than a two-peckered billy goat in there yesterday.
Yep.
Everybody just looked at me like, what the hell's a two-peckered billy goat?
Oh,
Oh,
God.
man.
Playing music so far.
All right, I got a better question.
All right.
What is your most memorable time playing with either me or Tyler?
Oh,
Or something.
gosh.
Something that was funny, something that was cool. What?
He might remember the gigs that we don't.
Yeah, true story.
All right. Yeah, I'll go there. The first time you were subbing in for Lucy.
Yeah.
It was the most impressive thing I think we had ever seen. You decided, and keep in mind, you guys were already 2 to 3 sheets in the wind.
Not
We're gonna
us.
talk about till you can't.
That's right.
Oh.
The first time you ever did Till You Can't, I mean, it was brand new. And you said, boys, I want to do it in D. D? Tyler, that's a whole step up from the record. I know, buddy. And we kick into it. And I said, all right. I said, I'll trust you. Here we go. And we start playing it. And we get to the tail end of the high note. I mean, like I said, keep in mind, you were 2 to 3 sheets in the wind.
So I do my best work, buddy.
Oh, man. And just nailed it. I mean, nailed it. And we're all just wide-eyed like, oh, my gosh, Tyler just hit it. Like a whole step up from the record. And now, every single time, that's exactly what you do. Like, haven't had one drink, still nail that end note.
What we're talking about is Till You Can't by Cody Johnson. The last, well, one of the last notes in that whole damn song vocally is when take it.
It's really high.
But it is high as shit. And it's high on the record. Like,
Yes.
But it's
I sing it in record key and it is freaking up there.
There's not many people that can hit it. And Tyler hits it a whole step up from the record.
well, it's in C sharp, and I know like most guitar players don't want to play in C sharp, so I just be like, just play it in D.
Just play it in D. Man.
That's how we got to doing it. But I was drunk the first time I did it, and I nailed it, and I was like, oh man, I can do that. I'm gonna keep it there.
Wow.
And I remember when I got done with it, I turned to you and I said that quote off the campaign, and I was like, welcome to the show, motherfuckers. And the talk back.
Well, the thing is,
I was drunk in hell. I hit that note, and Steven goes, wow. And I walk back to talk back, and I go, welcome to the show, motherfuckers.
that's right. He sure did. He sure did. He sure did.
So I'm gonna flip that around on you. I got one for you.
Well, I do have one more.
Okay, you say that, and then I'm gonna flip it
I
around.
do have one more because some of the best ones, some of the most memorable moments have been when you two are on the gig together, when he fills in.
Stuff happens.
And we were on the main stage. We were on the main stage of Luke Bryan's. I think it was a 6 to 10. And I mean, the things you two say going back and forth. And I mean, and Tyler starts introducing both of y'all, and he says, yeah, he said, Justin and I, we met years ago down here, and we just became instant best friends. He said, we're little redneck children. He said, your mom smokes Virginia Slims? My mom smokes Virginia Slims. He's like, dude, we just became best friends. I remember hearing that.
Good one.
I remember hearing that, and I could not pick myself up off the floor.
I forgot about saying that. That's funny because my mom does smoke Virginia Slims.
That's oh my
Steven's
gosh.
bad.
Son of a shit.
Yeah.
We were talking about singing a song a whole step up from the record and Tyler nailing it. I'm going to tell you all a story about something Steven did to me one day.
Oh, there's no telling.
I'll never forgive you for this one.
Oh, no.
Somebody came up to us, and I don't even think you know this story, Tyler. Somebody came up to us. We were at Tequila Cowboy on a Saturday. And like, we were smoking it. Like, my voice felt great.
Mm-hmm.
And it was one of those days where like, you just feel like, holy dude, I can't hit a bad note right now.
Yeah.
Like I could fucking sing anything, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I was having one of those days, man. We had a killer crowd. I was singing my ass off. The band was playing their asses off. We were killing it. And somebody come up and requested Life is a Highway.
Oh, yeah, I know this story.
And I was like, boys,
I was there for this.
were you there?
This is when me and Jesse's band used to play before. We used to play before you.
I was like, I'll give it a shot. I was like, I don't know what key to do it in. And Jake goes, well, records, what, F sharp or something?
Record is F.
F. I can't even believe it. Okay, so records.
Close, buddy.
Jake goes, records F. What do you want to do? Let's drop it down to, whatever, E or something. I don't know.
That song's high as hell.
Higher than shit. And we're not talking about the Crystal Dew version either. We're talking about the Rascal Flatts version, which is, it's Rascal Flatts.
Yeah,
it's impossible for most males to sing.
Yep.
And Steven goes, oh, dude, Justin's got this. We're going to play it in F. And before I could even say anything, they kick it off. And I'm like, oh, shit. And we start, and it's all good. Like, it's a life's like a road that you travel along. There's one day here and the next day gone. I'm like, oh, this ain't bad.
Gets worse.
And then you get through that, and the whole fucking song just goes up and up and up and up. And it just keeps getting higher and higher and more intense. And it's like, dude, I fucking scrambled that song. I mean, I
For the record,
butchered the shit out of it.
for the record, he nailed it. He absolutely nailed it. And he has never let me live that down since. But he did nail it.
No, I did
think for
not.
a week after
I turned around and I said, Steven, what the fuck were you thinking?
I do remember that. I do remember
It's like, don't you ever do that again. And now every single song, Steven goes, let's play it here. I said, no, I don't care who else calls it. Chad, you're the damn drummer. You call the key. I don't care. It's anybody except for him.
and drops everything. Just drops everything.
That is a really hard song to sing.
It's incredibly hard.
Yeah.
You know what other song is?
I've never tried to sing it.
But that one sounds hard to sing. You know a song that'll real sneakily kick your ass?
What?
Watching airplanes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the
Dude.
chorus mods
The
way up.
modulations in
Yeah.
that song. Yes.
Yeah.
Bro,
That's not easy.
It's a cool song though.
That is
but it is
hard
pain in
ass
the
song
butt.
to sing.
Yes.
That and Drive by Alan Jackson. That one always gets me. I can't find a key for it because it's either too low or it's too high.
Dude, the verses are so low on that.
I can't find the right key to do it in. So I just don't ever do it.
It's a hard song to sing.
What was that Randy Travis song that we were talking about in the back room of Luke's? We had just gotten done playing the gig, and there's this there's this line.
They played it over the. It was on the. For some reason, it was on the playlist.
They played it on the PA over the
What was that
on
song?
the playlist. I cannot remember it, but I mean, he goes from the very top of his range.
Oh,
to,
you're talking about
and just the bottom drops out of his voice. I mean, it is amazing.
oh
It's like,
my God, we just played it. We just
Yeah.
played it last week.
What is
I
it?
can't remember the title of it.
'Cause
We
you-
played it with JP.
When Noah was in the band.
Okay. Oh,
It's got like a weird like where he does like a little thing.
yes.
Like he does a weird thing with his voice. Like it gets like soft and then it like goes.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh my God, what is that song? That's gonna drive me up the wall, dude.
I'm looking it up.
Yeah, you're gonna have to. That's gonna drive me crazy.
But
Oh, what's the name of it?
I remember we all kind of
If I didn't have you, I know I'd be
Yep.
floundering around like a ship at sea.
Yep.
See,
what's the,
lost in the rain on a hurricane. That's where I'd have been.
and what's the tail end?
Get lost 'cause I saw your light. It's so fucking
Yeah.
low.
Mm-hmm.
See, I
But
can't
the
get
thing
it like
is,
that.
it goes from the very bottom to the very top of his range,
Yeah.
or vice versa.
It's the
I
one
mean,
about the cold dark
But-
dark night or whatever. Like just goes.
and the speed at which he does it
It's like,
is amazing because it's a vocal flip.
yeah.
It's a vocal flip, and it's just unreal. How smoothly he does that.
Yeah. It's pretty insane.
How smooth that transition is.
I didn't have you.
That's right.
I can't even.
That's exactly right.
I don't even know how he does that.
I don't either. I couldn't tell you. That is something that is unique to him.
Yeah.
Nobody else could do that.
Yep.
Nobody. I can't even think of another singer that could do that.
Old Randy Travis, man. He's something else.
So speaking of music, if anybody wants to learn how to play guitar, Steven just launched it's an online guitar course basically is what it is, isn't it?
Yes, my business partner Colton Rohde and I, we have Musicians Pathway, and we are adding, and we are filming, we are scripting out videos, and we are creating a full blown, from knowing nothing about playing guitar or knowing nothing about a bunch of different instruments, because we're going to get a bunch of other instructors as well.
Cool.
We've got our drum instructor lined up, and it's really just a matter of getting all that material just kind of scripted out and everything, and then just having time to film it.
Oh, I didn't know you guys were doing all of it. Have you filmed any of yours yet?
Yes, I have.
Yours is up live.
I have the basic course
I
down.
got a free membership. I need to take advantage of it. I'd like to learn how to play the guitar better.
It is under $100 right now. The price of it right now is $97 for
Awesome.
lifetime access. You pay one time
You get it forever.
and you get the beginner course, you get the intermediate course, you get the advanced course, and right now we've got a it's kind of like a community, like a private community where you can kind of chat and interact with us, and we're going to do some live streams on it and everything. Colton and I, that's the thing about, and we'll all tell you this too. I think we kind of owe it to our audience to say this. Literally, business building, finding the time to film all this stuff, edit it, create it. It's a lot. It's a lot of work.
I didn't realize how much work this podcast was going to be till we started doing it.
That's right.
I mean, it's a ton of fun, but it's also like holy. Which I mean, right now it's summertime, so I'm playing. Let's see, I'm playing 8 gigs or 7 gigs in 6 days right now.
Yep.
So I'm playing Tuesday.
Yep.
Like I said it right. I didn't say Tuesday.
Yep.
No, you said it right. You said Tuesday.
You're rubbing off on me. I know.
Thank
So
God.
I'm playing from Tuesday to Sunday, and I'm doing a double on Saturday.
Yep. And between doing
And I have Monday off.
Monday
And
off,
then every other Monday we're filming the podcast.
Yep.
And then somewhere in there, like I'm doing all the like editing of the reels and stuff for the.
Yep.
Which that's why there was if you're paying attention to any of our socials on the second episode or this when we released the second episode, there's one reel put out.
Yep.
Because I'm just like, and I get home from work and I'd sit at the computer and like. I was like, my brain's just not like it just wasn't functioning. I was like, I can't do this right now.
Yeah.
I'm going to bed.
That's my thing is like between our playing schedule.
We play a ton. You play a ton.
Yeah, we
'Cause
play.
That's the thing about if you don't like us as like singers, you're gonna sing so much, or you're gonna hurt yourself.
Yeah,
I mean, we've got a lot of friends that have done it.
That's right.
But like, dude, some of the guitar players and like drummers and bass players downtown play. How many gigs do you play a week, Steven?
Right now, I'm probably 5, 6, 7, something like that. Because my regular schedule's with Justin, and then whenever I fill in with Jessie or something.
Yeah.
And then the 1 or 2 here and there that I do with Nicole.
Yeah.
And
I don't know how you guys do so many all the time.
I used to do 10 to 12.
I know.
I hit, and that was pre-COVID and everything. But since after everything kind of opened back up, my schedule went to more like 6 or 7.
Also didn't make the money that we make now.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. The tourism.
You had to play 10 or 12 back then.
That's right.
Just to make as much as we make now in 4 or 5.
That's exactly right. Because the thing is, after COVID, all the tourism just kept getting bigger, and more people were moving here.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's my town that I'm from, Lebanon, Tennessee. I remember small town Lebanon as a kid, and I will definitely argue with anyone that it is not small town Lebanon at all anymore.
No.
There are apartment buildings being slapped up left and right. There's subdivisions being built. I mean, there are so many
Everywhere.
people.
Dude, I bought my house in 2019 out in Clarksville.
Yep.
And I mean, from 2019 to now, it's the stuff they built. It's nuts.
Yes.
Yeah.
They built a whole F&M Bank or whatever it is, built an arena out there. Justin Moore played it a couple weekends ago.
Yep.
They have rodeos and stuff at it. Like they have an entire arena for the Austin P hockey team that like has huge concert. Like, dude, they're building shops and Publixes and Publixes, that's how you'd say that. Lots of they're building lots of Publix.
What is the plural of Publix?
Many Publixes.
Many Publixes.
And like just
I didn't get drunk in Publix. I got drunk in a bar.
That's going to be a social media post.
for sure. But like apartment buildings, restaurant, like everything, like it's just
They threw me into Publix.
that's an hour away from Nashville.
That's a fucking plot twist, Ron White. He actually got arrested in a grocery store.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's like where we're at right now. We're an hour away from where I'm at.
Yeah.
From
Yeah.
Lebanon from here is right
Yeah.
at an hour.
Me
But the
and-
thing is, I take all back roads to get here.
Yeah, me and you were both an hour away from Justin.
Yep, sure.
And
are.
I'm an hour away from downtown.
We're like a big ass triangle with Nashville right in the middle. You're down here.
That's right.
Yeah.
And Nashville's right smack dab in the middle.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy, but yeah, we've
Mhm.
we've had some good times downtown though, man.
And we've had plenty of great times. But
Some of them have sucked.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, we've had some bad ones.
we've had nights where,
Had a bunch of stinkers.
oh Lord, yeah, those nights that we call the top 5 worst ones we've ever played that we all talk about.
Yeah.
We just did it.
We
This
just
past week.
did it. That's right. We just have one this past week.
Dude, Thursday was a fucking shit show.
Yeah, you told me
Oh,
about
it
it.
was so bad.
Yeah.
Dude, I had a rough one yesterday. I was on a rooftop gig, and it was,
Yep.
I bet it was 120 degrees in there.
I feel like
It was miserable.
And then the thing is, though, we play a gig, not 2 or 3 days later, JP's on keys. And I mean, that crowd was amazing.
Yep.
yeah.
That's Broadway. I mean, some of your gigs are awesome, and some of them are just like, it don't matter what you do.
Yeah.
There ain't no saving that one.
The one I'm talking about when JP was on keys, I mean, that was the easiest crowd in the world to play for.
Seen him yesterday.
You wanted that crowd at every gig
Yeah.
you had. I mean, they were into it. They tipped great. I mean, it was not hard. It was not hard to get into that show at all.
Sometimes it's like that, man. And I've heard people say, they're like, "There's no such thing as a bad crowd. It just means you're a bad performer." And I'm like, "You ain't played.
I don't know about
I'm
that.
like, You ain't played for some of the people we play for."
I have played
And
for
I've seen
crowds.
and I've seen the same people that say that shit. I've walked into their gigs before, but like, how do you feel about that statement now? Because ain't nobody in here clapping for you, and everybody's on their phone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We've played for crowds that you could take your pants off on stage and take a shit. Nobody'd even react to it.
Yep.
They don't even know you're there.
You shit right on the kick drum. Nobody'd even say anything.
Exactly right.
They're like, "How are you guys doing?" Crickets. Where are you guys from? Crickets. Raise your hand if it's your first time in Nashville. Crickets. Raise your hand if you're here in this building right now. Crickets. You're like, "Oh shit."
Man.
Screw you guys too, I guess. I don't know. I don't know why you came here if you didn't want to have fun.
What was the lady? Last night was one of those crowds, man. It was rough for the first couple of hours. Who was it that lady didn't know?
What?
Joe Diffie.
Joe Diffie.
That's who it
I
was.
said, we got any Joe Diffie fans? And there was only like maybe 6 people that, was like, woo, and I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, holy crap. And this lady standing over to the right side of the stage just caught my eye when I said that. And she just looked, she was just like, and I was like, "Ma'am, do you like Joe Diffie?" She goes, and I was like, "You don't know who Joe Diffie is?" And she goes, I said, "Do you like country music?" "Yeah." I said, "Apparently not." And the rest of the room started dying laughing.
How the hell did I know?
You did ask her, though. You asked her if she knew who George Strait was, and she knew who George Strait was. But it was like, okay, I sort of get that. So that's kind of like the surface level. Like, who George. That's also like asking, who Garth Brooks is.
Yeah.
Everybody, if you don't know the name Garth Brooks, you've probably never heard a country song in your life.
Yeah.
I did say, if you've never heard of Joe Diffie, somebody didn't raise you right.
Yeah, it sounds about right. That sounds about right.
If you don't,
Oh, man.
if you don't know who Joe Diffie is, someone didn't love you enough when you was a kid. Holy shit!
Man down, buddy.
What a mishap that was.
Caught it, though.
All right, guys. Well, I think we should wrap this one up.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
I got to get home and let my dogs out and feed
Mr. Steven Nolan.
Well, thank you. Thank you for
Front
having
of the
me. Brad.
camera.
Thanks for being on with us, buddy. We had to beg him to do this, by the way.
We did. I
Yeah.
said, Steven, I'm your boss. Sit down and shut up.
And like always, I just said, all right, I'll do it.
He had one request. He wanted a glass of sweet tea, and
That's right.
That's
Yep.
right.
Polish that off.
Yep.
Yep.
We stay until the drinks are gone.
Good God, if
And
he
the
had,
drinks are gone.
that's how you know you've been hanging out with Justin Bryan when you start saying polish that off.
Yep. Yeah.
That's a Justin Bryan phrase for sure.
Yep. For sure. For sure.
Put some slack on it.
Put some slack on it.
All right. Thank y'all for tuning in, Mr. Steven Nolan.
Thank you. Appreciate it.